Check 1 2. If you can hear me, please type something in chat. If you can't, I don't know how you'd respond to this. Let me type something in chat real quick. Good evening, everyone. Type in chat if you can hear me. I just realized how dumb that is. If you can hear me, type something. Wonderful, thank you. Hello, guys. This is going to be a real fun one because I've been looking forward to reading this for a good long time. If you're watching the VOD of this, skip ahead. This intro is just for the people who are watching the stream, just to catch up with you guys. And for me to set up behind the scenes because I need a little bit more time, and hopefully with enough prep, with enough stalling, I'll be able to get a song up for this stream that is a little more appropriate than peaceful Zelda music. I'm calling it Spooky Loop. So let me say hi to chat. Hello, Clark. Hey, welcome. What's up? Hello, Akila. Welcome back. Sailing Master, welcome back again. Thank you for checking. Josh, welcome back. Wow. A couple of Lindreens in chat. Very exciting. A funny story. Well, I have 3 minutes? 2 minutes? Oh, I only have 2 minutes. Funny story. Last week, for a fantastic game, I decided to try to grab a royalty-free playlist from YouTube. I'm like, this will be perfect for the stream. Turns out, all that classical music is copyrighted. So my entire stream last week got copyright claimed, and I cannot monetize all of 200 views on it. So, I'm not missing out on much. It just peeved me a little bit. So I'm trying to correct that and get a good music track going. Hopefully I can do this before stream starts. We just need a Lavender Town music for the stream. I mean, true, but also an hour and a half of Lavender Town music is is a lot for me. Also, fair warning while I have you guys, I will be stepping away for like 5 minutes somewhere in the middle of the stream, mostly because my family needs me for help for something. But you know, we'll sort it out when we get there. What do you know of Call of Cthulhu? Nothing. It's a scary game, and that's all I know. Literally it. Truly nothing else. Mozart isn't copyrighted. It's not. But the orchestras that play the songs are. So if you play the wrong version, then it's copyrighted. Learned that last week. It literally had like 10 different copyrighted songs in the playlist. So I just got a whole bunch of check marks against the video, which is a bummer. Okay, when we start the stream, I'm going to try the new music. And then and only then will we try it. See if I can get this going. Let's see, how's this? Is it playing? Do you hear it? Monitor and output. Oh, it's gonna be really loud if I do it. Okay, let me see. Ooh, okay. Get that a little bit lower. Library of Congress versions aren't. I'll check that out later. Hopefully this music is a little bit better. Let me see. So, let us jump ahead to the stream. Now, for all of you who don't know what Call of Cthulhu is, I'm sure a lot of people here do. And let me see. Beautiful. Great. Okay, welcome. We're here to talk about Call of Cthulhu. What is Call of Cthulhu? Well, I'm glad you asked. I can tell you right now, once I get this going. Am I ready for this stream? Probably not, but it's worth a shot. Let me see if... Oh, that's so funny. Let me see if Chrome is open to the right tab. Yes, it is. Beautiful. Hello, this is Chrome. On the Chaosium website, this is written by Chaosium Inc. and authors of, you can learn about Call of Cthulhu, which is traditionally a game that surrounds the aesthetics of mystery and horror. It says here in Call of Cthulhu, you take on the role of everyday people who become investigators of the unknown, whether you are prepared or not. In the mysterious places, people, and situations you encounter are often not what they seem. You and your friends are the only thing standing in the way of diabolical cults and cosmic monsters from beyond space. And we'll read this real quick. Call of Cthulhu investigators come from all walks of life, from journalists, librarians, and school teachers, to private eyes, taxi drivers, and hobos. They face mysteries that cannot be explained by rational or scientific means, and which concern ancient and forgotten lore that humanity was not meant to know. So, from what I understand about Call of Cthulhu, of which I've never watched necessarily more than 5 minutes of any stream, I've never touched any PDFs, but I know plenty of my friends who play this game. A great number of them really enjoy this. So I've always been meaning to get to this game, and I was hoping this 99 More series would be a perfect opportunity to jump in. So what I've done is I've bought the starter. Did I get? It says start the starter set right here. Will my internet load this? They should. Dun, dun, dun. By the way, the music in the background from I believe Maps and Melodies, formerly known as Boy King from Idaho. They're a fantastic musician. I think you can find their newest stuff on Spotify if you want to check them out. But this is the Call of Cthulhu starter set. My internet is clearly not good enough to show you how clear it is. I might be able to fix that later on. But tell me if I ever cut out or if this stream is low quality. Feel free to... There it is. Feel free to let me know and I'll try to fix my internet there. But I have bought this. As I understand it, there is an adventure I can play through to learn about how to play this game. So we're going to try that. It says, all you need to enjoy horror role-playing by Mike Mason and Friends. Wonderful. Sounds like exactly what I'm looking for. Carbon Beaker, welcome. Okay, so let's learn about this game. I'm going to start from page 1 and we'll read. No matter how far we get, we'll enjoy what we're reading. Because I don't know how long this will take, and I'm not really in any rush, so let's jump into it. Book 1 is Against the Flames. Alone Against the Flames. I'm so sorry, I messed up the first line. Art is amazing. I understand this is the 7th edition? That is crazy. Wow, this game's 40 years old? Oh, 42 now. That's crazy. I did not know it's been around for so long. Authors are Mike Inglis. Sure. Cool stuff. Okay. Will we read this whole page? I feel like it's important. Let's do that. Do you hear the call of Cthulhu? The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all its contents. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far. H.P. Lovecraft, The Call of Cthulhu. That's wonderful. Call of Cthulhu is Chaosium's classic role-play game of mystery and horror, in which ordinary people are confronted by the terrifying and alien forces of the Cthulhu mythos. All you need to play Call of Cthulhu for the first time is included in this starter set. What it contains, we'll start with this. Book 1 introduces the game as you play through Alone Through the Flames, a solo adventure. That is perfect. Wow, amazing for this stream. Book 2 has all the basic rules for the game, and as you play, you will be asked to read certain parts of the rules. helping you learn the system as you face the dangers of Emberhead. Emberhead. I once ran a villain called Ember Skull. Very close. Once you have played the solo adventure, you can read through Book 2 to familiarize yourself with the game's rules before playing it with friends. Ah, that's cool. That's a great setup. I like that this is just a one-player thing, and then as you want to add more players, you can keep going. Book 3 has a selection of special starter adventures. Each adventure is designed to ease you into running Call of Cthulhu with plenty of advice provided. A set of this set has a set of dice used to play Call of Cthulhu. Unfortunately, I bought the PDF, so I do not have the set of dice, but I have plenty of dice at home, so we could try that out. Ready-made investigators, wonderful, a couple character sheets, and blank character sheets. Great. The aim of playing Call of Cthulhu is to have fun with your friends as you explore and create a story of mystery and horror. One player takes the role of game moderator, known as the Keeper of Arcane Lore, Keeper for short. Their role within the rules is to run the game for the rest of the players who take the parts of intrepid investigators of the unknown, the heroes of the story. Attempting to seek out, understand, and eventually confront the horrors, mysteries, and secrets of the Cthulhu mythos. Do all the mythos surround Cthulhu, or is he like the center point of all these aberrant stories, or are there stories that kind of branch off from Cthulhu? As you are the person reading this book, we will assume that you are going to take on the role of the Keeper for the first few games you play. Oh, okay, sure. The Keeper picks a story to run. These stories are known as adventures or scenarios. You will play through a special solo adventure, Alone Against the Flames, to introduce the game to you. But you will also find some starter scenarios in Book 3, right? The Keeper's role is a little like that of a director making a movie in which the actors don't know how the story will develop. The players are like actors who have the freedom to improvise their own scripts and actions within that movie or game. Welcome, Hikaru. Welcome back. The investigators need not be anything at all like the people who play them. Indeed, it is often more rewarding and enjoyable for players to create characters entirely unlike themselves. Fair. Such as tough private eyes, wisecracking journalists, and learned academics. Most of the play is a verbal exchange. The Keeper sets the scene. Right. So this plays out a whole lot like other role-playing games where the Keeper or the Game Master sets a scenario and the players playing as other people or different people explain what they want to do and how the Keeper tells them what happens instead. Or what happens if they can do it, and if not, what happens instead. Cool, I understand this stuff. This is classic tabletop RPG stuff. Winners and losers. There are none, clearly. Winning depends on whether the investigators succeed in their goal, and losing is what happens if they fail to achieve it. During the game, investigators may become injured, suffer sanity-shattering experiences, or even die. However, someone has to make a stand against the cosmic horrors of the Cthulhu mythos, and the death of a single investigator matters little if it means repulsing Cthulhu's master plan to enslave the Earth. Great. Cool. Okay, take a drink real quick. Okay, Josh says it's his mythos, but he's not even the big bad. There are many. Jason says Cthulhu is just one of many eldritch cosmic horrors within the lore. Cthulhu is like a mini boss within the lore. So he's just kind of like the mascot then. It's not really all about Cthulhu, he's just the most iconic, recognizable. To be honest, H.P. Lovecraft is the only author that has gotten me to stop reading their horror novels out of fear since I was 3. Yeah, that's kind of why I've avoided this. I like grim fantasy, I like the dark, edgy stuff, but I've never really been a horror person. I'm not good with scary movies, I'm not good with spooky games. I like the story aspect of creepy, unsettling things, but anything that can give me nightmares, I kind of avoid. And maybe I'm just soft like that, but it's never really been my cup of tea. But from a storytelling standpoint, tapping into the horrors of what could happen is always so interesting. So as I said it before, I always wanted to give this game a chance. This is all examples of people who haven't played role-playing games before. Let's see. D100, D4, D6, D8, and D20. So no D10 and no D12. Cool. Yeah, I know this stuff. Sometimes I know things. Well, actually, the D10 is just the D100, isn't it? Yeah, I actually bought a full 100-sided die at PAX East this year, which was very fun. And then I got on the bus home, and it rolled away from me. I did hunt it down, and the guy a couple seats in front of me grabbed it for me. So I now have a D100. Yes, I know all this stuff. Great. Okay, I guess we're gonna go into it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I love when the chat knows more about a game than me. Probably my favorite thing, because I try to go into these things blind so you guys can enjoy my reactions to certain concepts and game designs. And when you guys know what's coming up next, there's a kind of the dramatic irony in how I experience things. So thank you guys for knowing things. Welcome, Old God Cthulhu. I was waiting for you to be here. I was looking for you specifically. Love Eldritch Horror and Lovecraft's books, and the detective aesthetic is so cool. Glad you could make it. Okay, so now you understand the basic premise of playing Call of Cthulhu. You can take on your first adventure alone against before you start playing. You also need a pencil and some notepaper. I'll work on that. I'll probably just pull up Notepad on my computer. Once you have completed the adventure, perhaps surviving or not, you can then read book 2. But before, settle in a comfortable chair and prepare to be alone against the flames. I'm excited. Oh, this art is so good. I've never actually delved into Call of Cthulhu art, but this art is amazing. Okay, I'm going to take a drink, and then I'll get into this. I'm pumped. Welcome, Fallen Phoenix 4. Welcome back. Carbon Beaker, I entirely understand. I don't like horror movies only because I didn't pay $20 to be stressed out. That's all it comes down to. When movie tickets are so expensive, I'm like, I just want to turn my brain off and have fun. And horror movies are not that for me. But that's that. All right, let's read this and get into it. I'm excited. Alone Against the Flames, a solo intro. I don't know how far I'm going to get into this actually, but I hope I'll get through a good amount. A solo introductory adventure. Number 1. The sun is high in the sky, a merciless ball of heat. You feel scorched by the time you reach the bus halt in front of Osborne's drugstore. It's a relief to put down your heavy cases and take off your hat for a moment. You fan your face. It has been a long summer here, in your hometown, and yet a curiously empty one. You look across the street at the grubby butcher shop, the grocer's with its faded awning, and the shabby tobacconist. That's a word? Tobacconist? Mistrustful faces glare at you as they pass, eyeing your clothes and luggage. It was your parents' choice to live here, not yours. You were happy down south as a child, along Providence's white-walled houses and leafy churchyards. Perhaps this new job in Arkham will supply the change you need. Yet everybody you know in the world lives here. You know nobody in Arkham, not one soul. You ask yourself one last time if you're doing the right thing. The answer is here. None of your supposed friends have come to see you off. You are alone. Whatever challenges lie in Arkham, it will be a new life and a brave one. A gray motor coach approaches and rattles to a stop. You put your hat back on and pick up your cases. Go to 263? 263? Oh my gosh, they're shunning me to the end for reasons. 263? That's so far. This is just a flex. They're just making me page through the entire book. 263. Okay. Two young men with sullen expressions alight from the coach. One looks you up and down before heading away. The driver also steps down, glancing at you before crossing the road to visit the tobacconist. When he returns, he is rolling a cigarette between his yellowed fingers. He gives it a final twist and examines you as he reaches for his matchbox. He is a thin man in his 50s, dressed in a stained shirt with the bus company emblem. Yet his eyes are sharp in their dark sockets. Where to? You show him your ticket to Ossipee. From there, you will connect to Rochester and Portsmouth, before the coastal line to Newburyport, and finally Arkham. You should be able to afford a rail ticket for at least some of the way. Otherwise, this will be the first of many long bus trips. The driver scratches the match and lights his cigarette. The end flares as he takes a draw. Then he exhales and gestures to the back of the coach. Luggage racks up there. Look at your investigator sheet. At the top, you have spaces for 8 characteristics: strength, con, power, dexterity, appearance, size, intelligence, and education. Allocate the following values among them, writing them 40, 50, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 80. If you'd like more information about what these characteristics mean, read page 7 of book 2. When you have done that, go to 8. Okay, let me see if I can find the character sheet. Character sheet. Scenarios? Character sheets? Give me a second, I gotta distract it. While I look for this, feel free to tell me your favorite Call of Cthulhu live plays or actual plays. Can I type in this? Not really. Okay, so what are the numbers? 40, 350s, 260s, 70, 80. Sure. Why don't we just go down the line? That sounds fun. Is there really no way to write with this? Add text. 40. 50. 50. 50. 60. 60. 70. 80. I'm a smart guy, not a strong guy. What is APP again? Appearance? Appearance. Size? Why is size a stat? What an interesting stat. So there's strength, constitution, dexterity, intelligence, size. Size is such an interesting stat. Power, appearance, and education. Cool. Oh, the stream is going bad. Okay, let me see if I can fix that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try one thing. All right. I connected again. Tell me if you could still hear me. If anything's changed, let me know. Josh says, size can modify things like grappling. Grappling? In Call of Cthulhu? I already like this game. Grappling, unarmed attack, and speed. Yeah, tell me if you guys can still hear me. Because I just switched over my internet. Awesome. Great. Cool. So these are the stats we're going with. In case you missed it. Low physical stuff. Well, I guess. Oh, high education, low physical stuff. And I think average size and power. I don't really know. But once we know what these do, actually we need to know what they do. We could just find out. So we're gonna go to 8. Oh my gosh, we're jumping all the way back to the front. 8. The driver smokes and watches as you drag your cases to the back of the motor coach. The rack is set inconveniently high on the vehicle. You get a grip on the heavier case. Oh my gosh, our stats already come into play. If your size is 40, go to 23. If your size is higher than this, go to 38. What's our size? Our size is 60. Wonderful. We're going to 38. Okay, well, scrolling is miserable. There it is. The driver continues to enjoy his cigarette, watching with keen interest as you struggle with the cases. You grit your teeth and heave the second one into place. Perhaps the residents of Arkham will have better manners. Go to 233. Wait, can I just do this? 233? Aha! The driver flicks his cigarette into the gutter and steps into the motor coach. The engine coughs to life. You board, grateful that you will be the only passenger for the initial part of your trip at least. With mixed emotions, you watch from the window as the tired avenues of your old home, slip behind you, receding into the distance. For a few minutes, you can see the church spire over the brow of a low hill, then the road dips and it too is gone. Arkham is your new home. You will travel there and make a new start. Okay. You will see two smaller boxes to the right of each characteristic value. Halve each value rounding down and write the result in the upper right box. Also divide each value by 5, again rounding down, and write the result in the lower right box. Oh, half and fifth. Sure. So let's write again. I've already forgotten how we write. Oh, add. Add text. Okay. So let's do this quick. 20. Oh. $20. Oh, this is gonna be so hard. Because these boxes are so long for no reason. Okay, we could do quick maths, right? Let's do this real quick. No problem. We're experts. We graduated school. We know how to do math. Listen, the fifth I'll just do in my head. No worries. Let's see. I'm going to check chat to see if any actual plays have been typed there. After I'm done doing basic arithmetic. Oh my gosh. A fifth of 80 is 16. A fifth of 70? Oh, you're testing me now. 14? A fifth of 60 is 12? A fifth of 60 is 12. Fifth of 50 is 10. Also, this music is wonderful. Way better than yesterday. And hopefully Maps and Melodies doesn't copyright strike me. There we go. We're doing it. We're doing math. Insanity or dead? Anyone want to take bets on which direction Winter's character will end up by the end? You guys are the worst. Hello, Mango Cheesecake. Welcome. Indestructible. Yo, how far are you? In like 5 minutes, man. Welcome, welcome. We just did our stat. We just had to do math. I didn't expect to do math in this spooky book. If you're using the interactive PDF version, so you see it does all the math for you. Where? I did this myself. Okay. In the strip below, you will see tracks that record sanity and magic points. Beginning sanity is equal to your original power. And beginning magic points, hello? Who are you? Are the same as the value you've just assigned for power divided by 5. Mark these on the tracks. Beginning sanity is my original power. So 60. And then magic points is power divided by 5. 12. I'm a genius. Go to 134. Sure, if you say so. I'm a genius. Control Fing through this book. Perfect. The coach putters through the countryside. At first, the interior is stifling and your stomach lurches with every bend in the road. However, The driver opens his window, and by switching seats, you find a spot where the breeze hits your face. You soon relax into the journey, observing the quaint little hamlets that the coach serves. A heavy-set woman boards at one settlement and gives you a polite nod. She gets off at the next one. The road rises a little, passing cornfields and orchards. The leaves are turning, and the trees are alive with the glorious reds and golds. You have begun to doze when the driver takes a tight bend at speed. Okay, I'm ready for some math. Wait a sec. Add size and con together, then divide the total by 10, rounding down. This is the starting value for your hit points. Size and con, 40 plus 50, divide by 10, that's 9. My hit points are 9. Yes. Okay, so be it. You also have a luck score. Roll 3 6-sided die. We call this 3d6. Multiply that by 5 to get your beginning luck score. Sure, we could do that. Let's get the Chrome open. Oh. Dice roller. 36. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's 4. There. 13. Perfect. I'm efficient at this streaming thing now. Look how fast I did that. 13 for my luck. Bam. Now you must make a roll against your dex. Already? Roll a D1 D100. This means rolling two 10-sided die and using one value. Yeah. If you rolled equal to your dex or less, you passed. If you rolled greater than your dex, you failed. If you rolled less than dex, you passed. If you rolled more than dex, you failed. Oh, so it's rewarding you for having higher dex. Okay, cool. Let's do it. What's my dex? My dex is 50. Perfect. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. We're going to roll 2d10. No problem. 1, 2. 12. Amazing. Oh, wait. Is this 10? A 10 or a 0? Oh my gosh. Can you roll 0 on this thing? Oh, okay. I'm just going to roll a couple. Is there a 0 on this die? No, there isn't. So that should be 0, right? Am I crazy? Yeah, that's a 0. So 0 plus 2. Oh my gosh, I got rolled a 2. Okay. I rolled a 2, so I failed. That does not bode well. If you failed, the dex will go to 59. Sure thing, boss. A desperate... Oh, people are telling me things. Hey, if you like all like TTRPG or YouTubers covering other systems, you should be liking these streams. The more you understand math, the more likely you are to go insane. That's right, Mango Cheesecake. You're entirely right. Wintry, you have 11 HP because your size is 60. Am I dumb? It's okay. I'll just stick with 9. Screw it. I don't know what the math was. I'll stick with 9. I think I'm done. Lower roll is what I want. I passed? I passed? Oh my gosh. How do I get back to where I was? I can't remember what I've forgotten. Was I at 134? Yeah, here. So, okay. Size and con together, then divide the total by 10. Size and con. 60 plus 50 is 11. Oh, okay. So this should be 11. I'm already messing up, guys. If I rolled... Oh, I passed. Okay, I passed. Thank you, guys. Oh my gosh. What would I do without you guys? A desperate yell awakens you. You feel yourself slide from the seat as the driver spins the wheel and the motor coach plunges off the road. Oh my gosh. You grab hold of the seat in front just in time to prevent a painful fall. The coach stops with a thump. Now you see what has happened. A Fordson tractor has stopped in the road and your driver has had to swerve to avoid this steel obstacle. He leaps to his seat from his seat into the road, unleashing a string of curses at the farmer. You take a moment to catch your breath. Perhaps you should offer assistance, but the driver has already returned. He backs the coach up a little and threads it around the tractor, glaring at the farmer. Go to 71. You resume your journey. The driver takes the curves with more caution than before. He glances over his shoulder at you a couple of times. Sorry about before, he says. That fellow is dumber than a hog. I'm Silas. What's your name? The accident was at least as much Silas's fault as the farmer's, but it doesn't seem shrewd to antagonize the man while he's driving you through the middle of nowhere. Make up a name for your character and record it on the investigator sheet. Chat, give me a name. You may add your name. You may add your age. Give me an age. Give me a name and an age. For the purpose of this adventure, your character should probably be aged between 23 and 36. You heard the book. Between 23 and 36. The coach turns onto a narrower road which weaves uphill through woodland. Silas becomes chatty. Going to Arkham, eh? Can't say. Made him Canadian immediately. Can't say I've ever heard of the place. Went to Boston once. Didn't like it. Too much hustle and bustle. You got family there? A special someone waiting? The afternoon is wearing on. You see no harm in confiding in Silas about your new life. A job, eh? What's your line? Chat tells me my name is... Oh, I'm not showing you the page? I'm so sorry. I'm so dumb. This is what I've been reading this entire time. Thank you for warning me. This is Silas. This guy. And this is what I got to pick for my occupation. All right, looking at the options in chat. William Dyer. No, don't curse him. Age 27. Sir Bertrand Bell. I can't be Sir Bertrand Bell. That's already taken, fam. You know what? I'll do it. William Dyer. I'll take Jason's name and Akila's age. So William Dyer, age 27. I'm not going to be Bertrand Bell. I know exactly who that is. William Dyer, age 27. Beautiful. Occupation. If you're an antiquarian, 102. Doctor of Medicine, 226. Journalist, 239. Private investigator, 249. Professor, 265. Guys, what should I be? Someone give me a job. I'm leaning towards Doctor of Medicine or Antiquarian. These first two really speak to me. Because this word sounds like Aquarian. I'm kidding. Oh no, where did I go? Where was I? Oh, this is the worst. Where was I? Antiquarian. There, cool. All right, I took Jason's name, so I'll take Thumper's role. Antiquarian 102. Beautiful. Wait, I could just click on these? Guys, I can just click on these numbers. Where was I? 102? Oh my gosh, they've thought of everything. I've been so... I thought it was so smart looking up these numbers by Control F, and you could just click on them. Unreal. Everybody says Antiquarian. Wonderful. You mentioned the assistant's position you were offered at Arkham Rare Books and Maps on the strength of a recommendation by a distant friend of the family. Thinking about the treasures that must pass through that shop returned some of the excitement you felt upon receiving the letter of appointment. You feel a tingle in your palms. You cannot wait to get started. Books, eh? Silas says that takes the conversation no further. You get the feeling he's not much of a reader. Welcome, DJ. Nice to see you here. Your credit rating skill is 20? Oh, what does this mean? Credit rating skill. Credit rating. Oh, here. Credit rating skill is 20. Beautiful. I don't know if that'll ever come into play. Occupation skills are appraise, craft, history, library use, other language, spot hidden, and one of... Okay, so let's do appraise, art, craft, history. Appraise. We'll pick that later. History. Library use. Other language. Oh, here. And then one of either charm, fast talk, intimidate, or persuade. Let's do intimidate. Let's be mad at the monsters. I'm gonna take intimidate. That sounds good. Okay, so I need a language other. Let's go with I can't speak this language, but it's a wonderful language. Norwegian. That's not a language. I'm not gonna pick. Actually, screw it. Let's just go Is Norwegian a language? I'm not even play with that. That's not even gonna be a question for me. I'll pick it something I know is a language. Let's speak Spanish. Screw it. And arts and crafts. Popsicle sticks. This is a wonderful arts and crafts. This is what they're asking about, right? You're telling us what's our favorite arts and crafts? What else did I need to pick? I believe that's it. Great. Cool. Is Norwegian a language? Brodette says yes. Thank you. I'm still going to go with Spanish because I don't want to tread on a language I'm not familiar with. Okay. Allocate the following values among these skills, running them in a large square beside each. 70, 60, 60, 50, 50, 50, 40, 40. Screw it. Let's just put them in order. 70, 60, 60, 50, 50, 50. So 70. 16 popsicle sticks. 16 history. How many 60s? 2? 3 50s. 50. 50 in Spanish. 15 library use. Did I have one more? I don't know if I had one more. Oh, spot hidden. Appraise, art craft. History, library use. History, library use. Okay. Other language, spot hidden. So this is the 40. Let's put that here. And then... Oh, you can also pick one other skill except Cthulhu Mythos as a personal specialty. Okay. We can pick one more. Jump. We're doing jump. Jump 40. Okay, let's do it. We're taking jump. Jump is our special talent. Ignore any start. Then go to 128. Beautiful. You realize Silence hasn't made a stop since the incident with your tractor. The motor coach winds its way uphill. However, your thoughts are interrupted as the road crests a ridge and you are treated to a magnificent view of the vista below. A creek snakes through the valley, breaking the rich autumn palette of the tree line. In the distance, the white mountains rise into hazy cloud. There is no settlement, not even a cabin as far as the eye can see. Birds drift through the treetops, and you can just make out what might be 2 white-tailed deer lingering by the water. Perhaps you are making a mistake by moving to the city. Could you survive your own in this lush wilderness? You have a base ability in most skills listed in brackets after the skill name on the investigator sheet. For instance, you have 20% in climb and a base dodge equal to half your dex. Base dodge? Oh, it says right there. Cool. Okay, choose 4 skills which are not your occupation skills. These are your personal interest skills. Boost each of these by 20 points. Oh my gosh, numbers. Boost each of these by 20 points. At this point, you may like to calculate half and 1/5 values for your skill, the same way you did for your characteristics. Remember to round down. If you are bored, you can leave the math until it becomes necessary. Perfect. This is me. I'm just going to do the math when they ask for it. So pick 4 skills and boost each of these by 20. Oh, okay. I'm a big fan of sleight of hand. So let's do that. And boosted by 20. So I'll make this 30. Big fan of swimming. Let's do that. I'm a 40 swimmer. 2 more. Accounting. You know what? As an antiquarian, I have to be amazing at accounting. We're going to put a 25 there. And then Jason says first aid is helpful. So I'll put a plus 20 in first aid. Oh, making that a 50. That's so good. We're looking great. We really are. And I'm not going to do all the math for the other numbers because that's not a good stream. 144. Whoa, what's going on here? What a gnarly picture. The motor coach rattles on through the hills and Silas lapses into silence. The sky darkens behind you, pinks tinting the clouds as the sun descends. Finally, a welcome sight comes into view, a settlement on the crest of a hill. This doesn't look like the pictures you've seen of Ossipee, but perhaps you can persuade Silas to stop while you stretch your legs. Minutes later, a harsh stuttering from the engine interrupts your reverie. Silas frowns and rattles the gear stick. The motor coach falters in its ascent. Silas utters a curse you don't recognize and grinds his teeth, struggling at the wheel. You seem to inch up the hill until you reach the first buildings. Low dwellings constructed through rough red stone. Silas wrestles the coach into a small bay off the road. He scrambles from his seat and makes for the engine compartment. You must now choose to make a roll against drive, auto, or psychology. I didn't pick either of these. Drive, auto, 20. Psychology, 10. Oh my gosh. It's got to be drive, auto then. If you choose drive, auto, you need to roll equal to or less than the skill value. If you choose psychology, you need a hard success. This is a roll equal to less than half the skill value. Equal to or less than half the skill value. Oh, dang. You got to be really low for that. You may attempt only one skill roll. Okay, I mean... So let's do the odds here. To beat drive auto, I have to roll 20 or lower. Right? To beat a hard success on psychology, I need to roll 5 or lower. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Let's do drive auto. We're going to try to drive the car. Okay, let's do this. We're trying to roll bump of chrome. All right, we're going to roll 2d10. Though 10s are zeros. 3. Oh, I already failed. 39. I already failed. Okay, cool. Well, that's that. First failure. If you fail your roll, go to 194. Your legs fold beneath you. What? Your legs fold beneath you and collapse to the ground a few steps short of the road. Blood fills your mouth. As you roll, you catch sight of the bear's face. Blurred and doubled, it plunges towards you, teeth bared. You have fallen unconscious and been torn to pieces by a bear. The odds were against you. Excuse me? I just did all my stats. But what about my climb speed? What about my Okay. Is that really? Oh my, what was the foreshadowing to that? Oh, there's so many ways to die to bear. It's really funny. Wait, was it 193? It's at 194. I'm so dumb. Okay, I was gonna say. I'm like, I saw no... I saw no foreshadowing to a bear. I'm like, there's no way I die to a bear in this situation. I didn't see him at all. Okay. False alarm, guys. I'm not dead to a bear. That was wild. I'm not dead to a bear. We're fine. We're cool. Okay. Silas opens the engine. Okay, ignore the bear. Pretend it never happened. The bear walks away. He's off stage. He comes in scene 4. This is still scene 2. Silas opens the engine compartment open. Silas opens the engine compartment open. Love it. And sticks his head inside. The hot metal pops and sizzles. He pokes at various components, then withdraws and wipes his brow, smearing it with dark grease. I ain't sure what's wrong. Might be the oil pressure. Might be something knocked off kilter when we took that spill. Can't do much until the engine cools neither. And with the light failing, I reckon we'll be here through the night. He wipes his hand on a rag. The shadow from your surroundings are already quite long and the air is chilly. You feel stiff from the journey and a night in the rickety coach sounds unappealing. Silas sees your dismay. This here's Emberhead. Miles from any place. I only come through twice a week, but the folks here are good people. Maybe Ledbetter. Sounds a lot like bedwetter. Keeps a spare room. She'll look up after you. Up that alley, turn right, first house on the left. He scratches his cheek, looks again into the engine compartment, and spits on the ground. Meet me back here at 8 in the morning and we'll see how we stand. To look for May Ledbetter's house, go to 267. To ask Silas where he will spend the night, go to 251. To challenge Silas about the breakdown, go to 257. Yeah, it is kind of suspicious. I kind of want to challenge Silas about the breakdown. I don't think it really broke down. But I don't know nothing about cars. I don't know anything about cars. I literally have a 20 in cars. Let's look for Ledbetter. Let's look for May Ledbetter. Maybe some popsicle stick art could have distracted the bear. That's what I'm saying. You don't know. Oh, I already clicked it. I don't know where it was. 257, right? Yeah, here it is. You confront Silas with your suspicions. His brow darkens and he shows a fistful of twisted teeth. Ain't that just like you city types, he spits, thinking the worst of a man after he's gone out of his way to attend to your comfort. He stalks back to the back of the coach and hauls your bags from the rack, dumping them on the ground at your feet. Take 'em. Otherwise, I guess you'll be accusing me of thievery in the morning. He marches back into the darkness, raging. That could have gone better. Yeah, that wasn't the best play, but you know. With a strong car auto of 20, I don't know no better. 267. You drag your cases through the sullen buildings. You feel surprisingly weary, considering you have spent all day sitting down. Silas's directions have led you to a modest dwelling with a slate roof. Then a nameplate reads Ledbetter, and underneath, a sign in neat copper plate reads Lodging Room. The lane around you is gloomy, but a lamp flickers in the window. A breeze chills your face. You're not about to begin your new life by sleeping in the street. You rap on the weather-beaten door. Go to 4. After a moment, you hear footsteps in the inside the house. A bolt is drawn back and the wooden door swings open. A figure with loose curls and a rough-looking house dress appears at you. Her gaze takes in your traveling suit and your cases. Her voice has a slight Irish lilt. Hello. Should I take it as you're looking for a room for the night? You inquire as to her rates, suppressing a grimace. As far as you've seen, the village does not offer you many alternatives. Oh, you'll find them very reasonable, she says. You look tired. I'm May. Come inside and we'll talk over a cup of tea. The Ledbetter house feels cramped, with a low ceiling and simple fittings, but it is well kept and a cheerful fire crackles in the gate. The aroma of tea is soothing and the cup warms your fingers. Have you come to Emberhead for the festival, asks May. To explain what happened with Silas and the coach, go to 14. To ask about the festival, go to 21. Listen, I don't really care about Silas no more. I don't even know if he's driving me tomorrow. I care about the festival. Let's ask about the festival. 21. There it is. Well, now I suppose the festival is about the only reason folks come to Emberhead. I thought you had maybe come to study it or take photographs. Well, it's not tomorrow night, but the night after. I suppose it looks very strange to a passerby. May tops up your tea. The spout jinks against your cup. We've got the beacon, you see. One night every year, there's a torch-lit procession, and we light the beacon on the cliffs. That's not creepy at all. You've never seen the like of it. They say it keeps the spirit of the village alive for another year. It's a celebration. A celebration. She trails off for a moment and blinks. But you didn't come here to listen to me blather, and you must be hungry. I can rustle you up a bit of stew. How would that be? You ask again about her rates, and May names a price so low you accept it without hesitation. The room is small but comfortable, and the stew dark and hearty. After dinner, you have a couple of hours before your bedtime. To talk to May some more, go to 31. To walk around and get your bearings, go to 75. To turn in for an early night, go to 63. Well, this seems like the boring option. To walk around, also, I want to talk to May. She seems a little lost. Yeah, let's learn more about May. May talks about life in Emberhead. In her letters, my sister always asks if I'm not bored, living in such a small place. She lives in New York. Then she writes about how frightened she is to walk home at night. I ask you. You mention your hopes for a new life in Arkham. May doesn't seem to hear you. Huh? It's a small place here, yes, but that means we have real community. Everybody's face is known. Everybody works together. Nobody is excluded. Except those who choose to exclude themselves, of course. I couldn't live anywhere else now. Ugh. Make a charm roll. If you succeed, go to 39. If you fail, go to 51. We're good in charm, right? Oh my gosh, we're not good in charm. Guys, what did we pick? What did we pick? If not charm. Oh my gosh, I want to pass. 15 or lower? No shot. 15 or lower? I gotta roll a 1 on the first die or a 10. I'm looking for 1 or 10. And I fail. Dang it. That's a 20. Oh, we were so close. I picked intimidation. I thought it'd be useful. Don't patronize me, Jason. I picked it because I thought it'd be useful. I don't back down from nobody. Well, we failed that roll, so let's see what happens. 51. There. As the hour wears on, you're amused to hear May transform into a sort of tired tourist guide. Of course, the views from here are spectacular on a good day. A clear view all the way around. If you're a painter, you'll be right at home. If your tastes run more to the artisan, there are workshops on Salisbury Street. Oh, they are. I'm actually a connoisseur of popsicle sticks. Just at the end here and turn right. They're not set up for visitors, you understand, but you'll see the real craftsman at work. The genuine article. Now, if you're looking for freshly baked bread, it seems a shame to point out that you intend to be on the road again shortly. You may continue until she begins to yawn. Would you listen to me yapping? Would you listen to me yapping? Time to turn in. Now, what would you like for breakfast? When would you like your breakfast? It's weird they're not giving me an option here. 63. As May stands, you hear a clunk behind you. You look over your shoulder, but all you see is a wooden door securely closed. May tuts, the young lady of the house. She'll have been listening to us. Ruth, come and greet our guest. There's a short pause and the door creaks open. Two wide eyes peer at you from the gap between tousled hair and a rough nightgown. What did you say? The eyes blinked. The eyes blink. What do you say? The eyes blink. Pleased to meet you. Now get back to bed. The door closes again. My daughter Ruth. 10 years this summer. She's a delight and a torment all in one. Don't worry, she sleeps in with me. She'll not disturb you. Good night now. You retire to your room. It is a bit chilly, but you are too tired to worry about lighting the fire. The sheets are clean and the bed soon warms up. The silence outside is strange after living in the town for so long, but you soon drop off. 154. We're doing fine. We're doing great. You dream of fire. You dream of fire. I spoke too soon. You dream of fire in the grate. Coruscating. What a word. Coruscating. Oh my gosh. That is. I'm going to use this tomorrow. Coruscating colors shimmering through the dancing tongues of flame. At first they are tiny, almost microscopic, but they grow and grow until a kaleidoscopic inferno spills from the fireplace, spreading across the floor, up the sheets. You wake up with a start. Daylight glints through the curtains. You get up and examine the grate, blinking the sleep from your eyes. It is quite cold. If you have taken any damage, you may heal 1 point back for your night's sleep. I haven't. Now go to 166. May seems to have no running water, but has supplied some in a ceramic jug. You freshen up at a washstand to go in. She cooks a hearty breakfast and leaves you in peace to eat. At about 7:30, you are packed, and ready to go. You bid May goodbye and she wishes you the best for your new career in Arkham. Oh, we made it through the night. Let's go. If you succeeded at a skill roll last night and wish to investigate the results further, go to 178. Otherwise, go to 192. Well, I succeeded in nothing last night, I'm pretty sure. Alright, I failed the card check and I failed the charm check, so I can't do that. Otherwise, go to 192. Look at that, we made it through the night. Crazy. Hey, Neutromancer, what's up? You are already tired of your heavy bags. Hopefully Silas has repaired the motor coach and you can resume your long journey. A sourpuss he might be, but the old driver seemed to understand his vehicle well enough. You pause to check your watch, still 20 minutes early, and round the final corner. The motor coach is gone. You put your bags down and search the area, trekking up and down slopes and around corners. At the edge of the village, you trace the long road back as it winds across the hills. 8 o'clock comes and goes. There is no coach to be seen. A passing villager notices your bags. Looking for the bus? I heard him take off at first light. He's due back in 3 or 4 days. If you need a place to stay, May Ledbetter rents a room. Ooh, ugh, just got the chills. Maybe I shouldn't stream at night, guys. Maybe I shouldn't stream at night. A man raises his hat to you and strolls into the village. You curse Silas under your breath. Perhaps he went for parts. Oh, I got chills when he said that. Oh my gosh. Perhaps he went for parts. But you wonder if the old goat has stranded you here on purpose. I mean, probably, right? 218. May is doing laundry and is surprised to see you again. Forgot something? When you explain the situation, she offers to store your bags while you try to arrange alternative transport. You are grateful to relinquish the load. Nobody here is anything like a car. She strokes her chin and narrows her eyes. Maybe you could find somebody with a... Is that May? Oh, it is May. Hey, it's May. What's up, May? Find somebody with a horse and cart for your bags? I could ask around later. Try Winters at the village hall. He'll know if anyone will. Or ask among the artisans. Their workshops are on the first left of Salisbury Street. She reaches over and squeezes your wrist. Don't worry. I won't see you sleeping in the street, money or no money. You thank May and turn to face the village. May, my only friend. Go to 6. You wander the streets of Emberhead without any particular destination in mind. The village is built on a relatively flat upland with splendid views. To the north, the hazy tips of the White Mountains reach for the heavens. To the south, the sparkling waters of Lake Winnipesaukee touch the horizon. The village itself takes less than 5 minutes to cross from edge to edge. You arrive on the winding road to the west. The only other road leads to the south, following the lower ridge of land as it turns east. In the southwest of the village, an open grassy space borders a ruined church, its graveyard cresting the cliffs. To the northeast, 3 main thoroughfares meet at a raised black metal structure. It looms stark against the blue sky. You may now... Oh. Ask about transport at the local general store. Seek out the village hall. Walk down to the lower level and check out the eastern road. Examine the large metal structure. Explore the church. Look for local people with their own transport needs. Go to 96. I'm guessing other people gotta travel, right? I'm kind of leaning towards 96. I feel like if I check this road, I'm just gonna die. Walk down to the lower level and check out the eastern road. I feel like if I walk into the road, the bear's gonna get me. I already know there's a bear out there. I just don't know where it is. Anyway, I'm gonna look for local people. 96. Listen, all you people in chat, May is my friend. May is the only friend I have. Don't doubt me. I know who I can trust. I believe in the good of people. Not far from the Ledbetter house, on the north side of Salisbury Street, there's an open courtyard. The rhythmic tattoo of a hammer seems to announce your approach. The rhythmic tattoo of a hammer seems to announce your approach. Okay. The courtyard is the busiest location you have yet seen in Emberhead. It is bordered by a ring of workshops. Some are brick buildings, some only rough huts. A blacksmith seizes the hammer, thrusting in something red and glowing into a bucket of cold water. A weaver looks up from his loom, blinking at you for a moment before returning to his shuttle. A potter, engraver, and carpenter each work with their own pace, exchanging friendly banter. A carpenter would know about popsicle sticks. You move among the artisans, chatting about their work, eventually bring up the question of export. Some of them send occasional packages with Silas. Some restrict their custom entirely to villagers. You receive no suggestions about alternative transport. Silas is literally the only way to get out of here. Make a psychology roll. Come on, what do I have for psychology? 10. Oh my gosh, we chose the wrong stat, guys. We should have chosen psychology. Okay. Odds of me succeeding are very, very low. I gotta roll a, what is it, a 10 or lower? Yeah, 10 or lower. Let's do this. Okay, I gotta get a 0 on the die or I fail. That's a 1. Wait, I can still do this. If I roll a 10 on the second die, I'm good. I'm just gonna need 1 in 10 chance. Come on. Dang, I fail. Okay. Third fail. I feel like this is a trend. I feel like numbers are low for a reason. I feel like numbers are low for a reason. Otherwise, 25. You're beginning to get your bearings in Emberhead. Would you like to explore some more? You can choose another option from those below. Do not repeat a previous choice. Once you've tried 4 options, or before that, if you're ready to move on, go to 3. I'll try 1 more and then I'll switch out. Yeah, I'm going to try 1 more and I'll move forward. Screw it. Let's check the road. Let's check the road. 115. This feels like the most dangerous one, but also I'm streaming, so it's the most exciting, maybe. 115. The air is fresh and the walk down to the lower ridge invigorating. You notice cultivated fields stretching through the lowlands around Emberhead, and among the crops some livestock, but no horses. Are you going to have to make your onward journey on foot? Further down, the road skirts the edge of the ridge and descends. There are a few scattered hovels here with signs of habitation. They are set a substantial distance apart. Oh, don't go to the weird houses on the edge. Oh my gosh, what is this guy doing? As you examine them, a door opens and an older man steps out. He wears a bedraggled suit, but carries a piece of cloth, which he tosses over his head like a hood. As he does this, he sees you and freezes. Make a luck roll. If you succeed, 120. What's my luck? 13. These numbers are low for a reason. None of these stats are any useful at all. Okay, I gotta beat a 13. What are the odds? Literally 0. Okay. 10 or 1. I fail. 90. Wonderful. 90 what? 92. Fail. Great. Cool. Cool. This is not going well. This is like my third. This might be like a 4th fail in a row. Luck should be 65? Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I'll trust you on that. Luck should be 65? Sure. Please and thank you. I don't know how to calculate luck, but if someone knows in chat, please tell me. I still fail, but, you know. If you fail, turn to 135. Thank you for correcting me. 135. The strange man breaks into a run, fleeing from you along the ridge. His gait is lopsided, but his movements have a maniacal intensity. If you give chase, turn to 150. Why would I give chase? What? There's no world where I give chase here. There's no world where I give chase. Okay, between you and me, chat. You look at somebody, you lock eyes with them across the way, and they run for it, right? You have no idea who this guy is. All you know is that he came out of a hovel and put on a hood. No one gives chase here. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. I have better things to do. I'm going home. I'm going home, guys. There's nothing stopping me from going home, right? 160. There's no way I'm giving chase. That's crazy. You turn back to the road and your core business, getting out of Emberhead and onwards to Ossipee. The ridge gives you a good viewpoint from which you can see the course of the road. It winds with the hills disappearing into woodland for a while before emerging further on. You lose sight of it somewhere towards the second patch of woodland. By our best estimation, that is at least 6 or 7 miles distant. You see no other settlements or traffic. It may be worth taking a chance in walking. The weather is still mild, but you will need supplies before you attempt it. Walking? Listen, I don't know about everybody in chat. I grew up in the city. I would never, never, ever leave a small town situation to walk into the woods. Never. Never, never. I'll take my chance with weird hooded guy. You begin to get your bearings in Emberhead. So this is where I'm ready to move on. I don't want to do any of this stuff. I'm ready to move on. I'm going to 3. I feel like I'm going to act like a logical human being, and I'm going to die like a logical human being. Your morning exertions have left you hungry. You roam the streets of Emberhead looking for sustenance. There is nothing resembling the busy cafes of your hometown or anything that might be called a restaurant. Carbon Pricker says, I grew up in a rural town, so yeah, I would. Yeah, but would you do this in a place you've never been to before? You've literally never been to this neighborhood. Like, I get it if you're like at home in your own hometown and you know the next town over, but not like, oh my gosh, not some random like town you've never been to. Couldn't be me. It is beginning to look like you will have to get supplies from the general store when May Ledbetter comes down the street with a girl trailing in her wake. Great, this must be Ruth. As she notices you, she races past your mother and approaches you with a smile. This is a different Ruth than from the shy creature of last night. I don't like how that phrased that. As she reaches you, she stops and stretches her arms up in celebration. She looks up into your eyes. Abruptly, the smile drops from her face and she looks several years older. Get out before the festival, she hisses. Get out! Ugh. I'm gonna start coloring things in red. I think they're worrying. She blinks hard and scuttles back towards her mother. May approaches, wrapping an arm around her daughter's shoulders. She smiles. How are you getting on? Have you found transport? Ooh, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Startled, you explain the frustrations of the situation. I'd try Mr. Winters. Hey, that's me! Hi. In the village hall. He's always in of an afternoon. You'll be hungry by now? Help yourself to any food in the house. The door's not locked. Spooky. You glance at Ruth. If you grew up in the city, this is spooky. This is not a good thing. This is not a good thing. It's scary. You glance at Ruth where she has scrolled herself behind her mother's leg. Her eyes implore you to silence. I hate you. Am I ready to die? Am I ready to die? Because I want to ask May about what Ruth said. Okay. In an ordinary situation, if this happened to me IRL, right? If I was in some random town and some lady's daughter yells at me, get out before the festival, get out. Oh, actually she says she hisses it so the mom doesn't hear it. Oh my gosh. If this was me in real life, I'd be super spooked. Oh my gosh, what would I do here? Yeah. I wouldn't. Thumper says someone gave a dire warning and the first thing you do is snitch. Yeah, there's no way. I wouldn't snitch. That's right. You're right. I would immediately be afraid of May at this point. If you ask Ruth about what she said, go to 9. Yeah, sure, I'll talk to Mr. Winters. I feel like this is on brand. I feel like this is on brand for me, Wintry. You crouch. Oh, I'm asking Ruth like the daughter. Okay, sure. That's fine with me. You crouch down and ask Ruth what she meant. It's scary at the festival, Ruth says. It's bright and hot and the flames go all over. Her face and voice are both childlike. The abrupt shift is disturbing. You suppose all children do unfathomable things. May rolls her eyes and tussles her daughter's hair. Ruth looks at the ground. I go to 22 anyway. Okay, so I was going to go to 22 no matter what. I just have a little bit more context. Weird. You take your leave of the Ledbetters and head towards their house. The door opens easily. In the low kitchen, you make a meal from stodgy bread and leftover stew. A little window offers a view to the mountains. If you've learned one thing this morning, it is that Emberhead streets hold little to occupy the visitor from out of town. But there are still 5 hours of daylight remaining. You could take some provisions and the bare essentials from your luggage and set out in hope of reaching another settlement before dark. Or you could ask advice from this Mr. Winters. Okay. Now, if I was Carbon Breaker, I would go. I would leave. But I really want to meet Mr. Winters. And then after I meet Mr. Winters, I'll leave. Yeah. I'll ask advice from Mr. Winters. $11. The village hall overlooks the lower north ridge of the village. You walk along Salisbury Street to find it, conscious of the oppressive black metal structure framed at the end of the road. The shutters of the hall are open and some windows left ajar. There is no knocker, but a little bell over the entrance tinkles as you push the front door. Inside, a sturdy door to your right is marked private. To your left, an opening leads through to a bright room. You take a few steps inside. Benches line the walls, and there are 2 notice boards mounted between the windows. To examine the notice boards, go to 17. Yeah, let's check out the notice boards. The floorboards creak beneath you as you cross the room. You feel a slight spring in your step. Perhaps this room is used as a gymnasium for the village children. One notice board appears to be for the adults of the community, and one for the children. The former looks neglected, featuring handwritten advertisements for household items and a yellowed note about telegraph pricing. There's nothing about the festival. The children's notice board has a schedule for weekly crochet service. Crochet? That's how you spell crochet? That's not how you spell crochet. Services, and a number of paintings obviously done by the children themselves. Most are incoherent, though colorful. As best you can tell, they depict fireworks, or perhaps the tale of Joseph from the book of Genesis. The tale of Joseph from the book of Genesis, like the robe of many colors? Sure. Weird story to draw, but okay. One has lost a pin and hangs upside down. It shows a giant bird attacking Emberhead. or it might simply be or it might simply be that the artist has not mastered that's a red flag. It might simply be that the artist has not yet mastered the subtleties of scale. It's so funny. Make a spot hidden roll. Wait, is that us? Let's go! 40! Spot hidden roll. Okay, we could do this. Come on, we can get a 40. We can get a 40. Come on, 4 or lower. Let's go! Easiest roll of my life. Succeed. Amazing. We're so good at this game. Look at us already winning. If you succeed, go to 30. As the afternoon sun hits the floor, you notice something curious. The boards under the windows are newer than the boards in the center of the floor. The frames also show signs of having been replaced in the recent past. Perhaps rain leaked in and rotted the wood. You may check mark the small box beside the spot hidden skill. Now go to 37. Oh, I already have that. Dang, I didn't gain anything from that. Sure. Fine. So something happened to the windows and they replaced it. Something happened to the boards under the windows and those were replaced as well. Maybe it's a bird that crashed through the windows. 37. The door scrapes behind you. A middle-aged, bespectacled gentleman appears in the doorway. May I help you? You explain you are visiting on May Ledbetter's recommendation. Well, I'm Clyde Winters. It's us, Wintry. I'm not sure I can help you, but would you care for some coffee? I'm partial to a cup in the afternoon. He gestures to the open door behind him. This seems like a worthwhile opportunity, and you are a little thirsty. Thank you guys for celebrating my one win. You step through the door marked private. The other side of the village hall is in marked contrast to the public space. The room is compact, lined with shelves of books and file alcoves. One corner is reserved for a tiny pantry and what is presumably a water closet. You study Mr. Winters as he fills the percolator. Although thin on top, his hair is oiled and neatly swept back. His suit is a sober affair and well tailored, even if the cut is a little old-fashioned. A lesser man working alone might have loosened his bow tie for comfort. On the desk, against the opposite wall, you notice what looks like a telegraph set. You can communicate. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I asked about the telegraph immediately. That seems really pertinent to a town that has no transportation. 56. The telegraph? As much as we value our isolation, we do need the link sometimes. You were hoping to send a message. I must apologize. The line has been down for 2 weeks. Suspicious. I reported the fault, but of course, they're not so speedy when the problem lies in a rural area. I'm expecting a repair the day after next. I do appreciate how frustrating this must be. The coach is due in 3 days? But I think he's going west. Perhaps you might engage a wagon. One of the farmers might. You explain that you have asked a few of the residents already, but to no avail. I'll tell you what. Winters pours you a steaming cup of coffee. The dark liquid smells rich and strong. When the repair crew arrive, I'll ask them to take you back with them. How would that be? They might want $1 or 2 to grease the wheels. The day after tomorrow, that's less than ideal, but it's the first real opportunity you've had. I'll ask about his library. Let's do that. 62. You make a small but flattering remark about a couple of volumes on the shelves. Winters blushes with pleasure. Well, of course, they're not my personal collection. They belong to the village, he says. But I did select most of the recent items. This is the community's library, you see. I put up the private sign to stop people from wandering in from meetings in the other room. But this is really a public space. You scan the shelves. There's a sparse but respectable collection of mathematics and the sciences, passable sections on history and arts, and a shelf of literature. There's a few lowbrow novels tucked away in the corner, with tatty copies of Bizarre Tales magazine. Quality does not always equate to popularity, I'm afraid. Winters gives you an apologetic smile. To take time for some research in the library, go to 108. To leave while it's still light outside, go to 180. I don't care about no research. I want to get home. What am I researching? Nothing. 180. That should have taken me to 180. That took me to 150. As the light fades, you return to the Ledbetter house and eat a light supper. May is unusually taciturn. Ruth's eyes flick to yours several times during the meal. There is an urgency there you cannot quite interpret. Afterwards, May ushers the girl into their room. May, girl, I gotta trust you. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here, but everything is pointing to you about to kill me in my sleep. So I can't quite trust you. You have been in Emberhead for barely one whole day, and you already feel confined with it confined by it both geographically and sociably. The evening seems to offer little. To attempt to speak to Ruth, go to 138. Do some scar gazing, 131. Listen, I wanna avoid spooky children. But stargaze, gosh, I can't keep running from my problems, right? You know what? Ruth creeps me out. I'm not going to talk to Ruth. I'm going to do some stargazing. Am I avoiding the problem? Am I avoiding the problem? No, this is fine. Let's do this. To do some stargazing. Oh my gosh. What am I going to meet at night? Fine, stargazing. I don't think Ruth... Alright, chat. First person to tell me what to do here, I'm going to follow. This is the same thing as a coin flip. Should I do 131 or 138? Let's drink some water. Stargaze. Okay, got a recommendation. Stargaze. Goodbye, Ruth. 131. You stroll the streets of Emberhead. Already it feels like you know every corner, every doorstep. There's simply not that many of them. When you emerge into an open space, the star field above you is arresting. The streetlights of your hometown always interfered with the view, even on a clear night. But here, in this lofty blackness, a multitude of tiny diamonds shimmer between the more familiar stars. The spectacle occupies you for a few minutes. Upon returning your gaze to the earth, you notice a dark figure pressed behind a house. Oh, a loose skull, getting the chills. A loose stone sticks behind you. A second figure stares from an alleyway. I hate this. I hate this. Oh, I hate this. Ooh, I hate this. To retreat to the safety? There's no safety at the house. Are you crazy? No, this is... Guys, this is where my intimidate and my Spanish and my popsicle sticks comes into action. I am confronting them and I'm going to come out alive. Best believe I make it out of this alive. I have intimidation. That's right. That's right, chat. That's right. I am brave. I'm strong. I will not die at 163. You advance on one of the figures, calling out. It slips into the shadows. By the time you round the corner, it is nowhere to be seen. You turn to the other figure, feeling a simmering anger. As you approach, it also melts away. What? But behind you, in the dim yard, the first figure has reappeared. You could do this all night. The watchers know the village far better than you do. Perhaps it is enough to have shown that you will not be cowed. Frustrated, you head back to the Ledbetter house. You don't even let me roll intimidation? Come on. Let me say something to him. Let me say something. Give him a piece of my mind. In Spanish. 157. The familiar surroundings of your guest room are becoming constrictive. The neat bed, small wardrobe, and dressing mirror, you have the feel of prison cell about them. What are you still doing here in Emberhead? Your new life is elsewhere. You lie on the bed and stare at a small crack in the ceiling. Oh, I hate that. Hate that. I'm just gonna, You turn over to the day's events, thinking about through the little details you spotted. You're certainly weary from the elevation and the fresh air, but do you feel safe here? No, I don't. I stay awake. Screw this noise. I don't fall asleep. There's no way I fall asleep here. I'm actually so frustrated. 2:30. Sleep presses down on you. You blink it back and sit up. You blink it back and sit up, trying to think through your situation. Everything in Emberhead seems to be working to stop you leaving. That's right. To stop you leaving. Perhaps the answer is to strike out at first light. To walk as far and as fast as you can. You can always return for your possessions, and if you lose them, you have nothing so precious that it cannot be replaced. A tiny creak draws your attention to the other side of the room. Slowly, almost silently, the doorknob is turning. They grab it and wrench the door open. Go to 248. That's right. You know what? I don't want to die in my bed. I want to die facing whatever's going to kill me. I'm going to grab it and wrench the door open. 248. I'm going to regret this. I'm going to regret this. Oh my gosh, I'm going to regret this. Okay. Now tell me if the stream holds up. Okay. Well, I'm getting a little bit of a warning sign, but I think we're good to continue. You might receive a little bit of buffering, it says. Hopefully my internet holds out. But to those who missed it, I'm going to grab the door and wrench it open. 248. Deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. You heave the door open, ready for a confrontation. May stands on the other side, wrapped in her bed jacket. Bed jacket? What is a bed jacket? She steps back in alarm. You seemed not yourself, she stammered. I want to check up on you. You're sure May you are in fine health and watch as she returns to her own bedroom. What do you mean I seemed not myself? I literally, did not interact with you at all. You seemed not yourself. You're sure May you are in fine health and watch as she returns to her own bedroom. Once the door is closed, you... Borrow a kitchen chair to wedge under your door handle. Perhaps this piece of fortification will permit you a few hours of restful sleep. Go to 58. 58. You awaken to the sound of feet on the street outside. Your night's rest has brought you a new determination. Today you will meet Emberhead on your own terms. Go to 64. Ledbetter kitchen is empty, although bread and eggs have been laid out for your breakfast. There's a note from May explaining that she's taken Ruth out for a few hours. If you were involved in a fight in the village last night, I wasn't. 78. Apparently I was supposed to fight someone last night? Crazy. 78. You make a quiet circuit of the village, pausing in unobtrusive places to watch the villagers. It is rather busy for this time in the morning. Yawning locals stream back and forward along the roads, carrying bundles of split logs to the side of what you've heard referred to as the beacon. You see two figures already up the superstructure arranging the wood. The festival bonfire will be most impressive. But do you intend to stay to see it? You suspect by now that something is amiss here. While the villagers are distracted, you may do some illicit investigation. Or you may simply leave town without looking back. You know what, guys? I'm tired of this. I want to go home. I could search May Ledbetter's bedroom, but I don't want to die. If I'm gonna die here, I don't want to die by May's hands. I'm gonna leave, guys. Screw it. I'm gonna go. I don't care what happens. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I mean, Neutromancer, that's right. I could just light this place on fire. Yeah, I could go into all this. The stream is going a little late, and I do want to just try and see what happens. Let's try to leave. 7. As you approach the southern lode that descends to the lower ridge, you see 4 villagers. Oh no. Oh no. You see 4 villagers blocking the route with farm tools and clubs. You veer off and head towards the west road. Your heart sinks as you see exactly the same scene as the other exit from the village. You are trapped. What? Devastating. Good night, Brodette. Thanks for tuning in. You know what? I'm going to try to talk to the guard groups. Screw this. Southern group appears less sharp than the western group. You stride up to them and explain what they are needed at the beacon. They look dubious. You offer to watch the road for them and hold out your hand for a pitchfork. Nah, you come with us, says the first one. His ape-like brow bends into a frown. Make an extreme fast talk roll. This is a roll less or equal to 1/5 of your skill value. There's no way I get this right. Fast talk? Fast talk is 5. I have to roll exactly a 1. This is impossible, fam. This is impossible. Should I even roll for this? I have to roll literally exactly a 1. There's no way. This has to be a 0. Nope. Yeah, no way. Crazy. Who do you think they are? Giving me a 1% roll chance. Fail. 139. The locals are not as stupid as you think. They grab you and march you towards the center of the village. 1 away. What was it? What did I roll? Sorry, I feel like What did I roll? God, I missed what I rolled. Was the 10... 108. 139. Bounty to 108. Great, cool. The fading light from a narrow window tells you... What? What is this? Is this it? This seems incredibly out of nowhere. Extreme? I guess, right? It does say 108. Okay, whatever. Huh. Whatever. The fading light from a narrow window tells you afternoon is giving way to evening. Your hands are shackled behind your back, so you cannot even lie down on the rough bed. Oh, they like tied me up, I guess. A woman you have not seen before comes in. Her face is wrinkled and her eyes dull. They do not meet yours, but she puts a cup to your lips. I would reject it. 113. You turn your face away, and when she tries again, you dash the cup from her hands using the side of her head. The clear liquid spills on the floor. The woman gives a half shrug and turns to leave the room. You shout after her, but she gives no reaction. You soon become thirsty. 205. As light fades outside, your little prison becomes dark. You can hear much activity around the building. Occasionally an orange glow passes the window. The only comfortable position in the shackles seems to be to sit against the head of the bed with your arms hanging behind you. You need to concentrate and come up with a plan. There's clearly no escape from the bonds. You do not know exactly what your captors want from you, but you cannot ignore the fact that they have spent the entire day constructing a massive bonfire. 27. The door scrapes, wrenching you back into the moment. Orange light spills into the house and from blazing torches held at the threshold. 2 large villagers step in and grab you. At least you assume they are villagers. They wear heavy black cloaks and their faces and hands are painted entirely black, save only for a red triangle centered on their left eye. They try to drag your legs, but they reach under your arms and lift you bodily from the bed. Outside, it seems that the whole village has congregated to see you. Every single one has a blackened face with the red triangle motif. Torches sputter and spill fire. You struggle, but you can see physical resistance is hopeless. You are marched towards the central street and turned to face the beacon. 117. The procession down the approach is slow and formal, save when you sense weakness and yank at your captors. A chill touches you when you see 3 human shapes carried ahead of you, draped in red cloth. The beacon looms larger and larger, its dreadful silhouette a black triangle pointing to the stars. A low drone begins among the cloaked figures. Unbidden, the word mourners comes to mind. Smoke from their torches makes you cough. You feel heat on your face. As you reach a cleared area around the beacon, 3 dancers break from the pack, Young girls swinging balls of fire in spectacular arcs, drawing circles in the night air. One by one, they draw close to you and touch your forehead with sooty fingers. Each kisses you 3 times, on the left cheek, right cheek, then forehead. And they whisper in your ear. The smell of kerosene fills your nostrils. Make an app roll. Hey, 70. Okay, I could do this. Guys, if we could do this. It's the first roll I might actually pass. Like, with good odds. All I have to do is not roll an 8 or a 9. Okay, we're good. We're in the clear. 59. Perfect. Nice. Good stuff. We passed. So excited. Winning happens so rarely in this game. If you succeed, go to 10. It did not take me to 10. It clearly assumed that I would fail that. 10, 10, 10. There it is. Through your sacrifice, the village will be reborn, says the first answer. You path from earth to air for all our sake, says the second. I've weakened the chain, says the third. Don't try to escape until the flames are high enough to hide you. Ooh. You stare at the third dancer. What a win. Oh my gosh, what a win. You stare at the third dancer. In that inky visage, you clearly discern the frightened features of Ruth Ledbetter. The dance weaves off and disappears behind the buildings. Chancellor. 18. As you arrive beneath the beacon, 10 villagers close in on you. Working with surprising coordination, they immobilize you and lift you up from blackened iron stairs to the raised platform. You cannot help but shiver at the sight of the central framework, twisted from past blazes, and what you can now see to be fastening points for chain. None of the eyes meet yours as they lash you to the metal. The village sings now with something rhythmic and ancient, carved from odd syllables. A second group ascends to the beacon, carrying the 3 dread-draped bodies. With reverence, they arrange their burdens in a triangle around your feet. Then they withdraw, leaving you alone with the dead, shin deep in a sea of kindling. 33. It seems the entire village is gathered around the beacon to watch you burn. Behind the face paint, you recognize May Ledbetter, and yes, that is Silas the coach driver, standing at her side. Boo. Hate that. The audacity and the scale of the deception staggers you. A man steps up on the dais and raises his hands with quiet authority. The frames of his spectacles obscure the red triangle on his face. Is this Winters? So we draw here together again on this night, as we do each year, and we give thanks to the one who will preserve the village against the fire of the void. You will be taken by the ones from above in our stead. Your death will bring life to our streets and bounty to our fields. It will safeguard our children and our elders alike for another year. We salute you. He bows his head. All around the beacon, bearers step forward and lift their torches to the edge of the raised platform. A ring of tiny flames flicker up around the perimeter. As they wink, the singing of the villagers drops to an unearthly rhythm. I have to wait, right? I have to wait until the fire gets higher. Yeah, I have to wait until the fire gets higher. 40. We got this. We could do this. The flames snake across the kindling, catching and rising. Smoke rises and it becomes difficult to see the villagers. The 3 bodies surrounding you catch fire, blazing with sooty red flames. You begin to cough as the smoke enters your lungs and fight down the urge to panic. It is, if you have learned a strange chant and wish to try it, this is the moment. Otherwise, go to 65. 65. Flames lick at your legs. Your eyes water. You are shrouded in smoke. It might be your imagination, but you think you can feel a slight give in the chains. You throw yourself against them, giving no thought to how they bite into your wrists. Take 1d6 points of damage from the fire. If this reduces you to 0, it won't. You collapse and are burned to death. Otherwise, make a strength roll. If you succeed, go to 93. If you fail, go to 77. My strength is not good. My strength is 40. Okay, I'll take 1d6 damage. Let's do that first. 3 damage. Okay. 3 damage. My health is now 8. And I gotta beat I have to get lower than a 40. All right. Hoping for a 1, a 10, a 1, a 2, or a 3. Come on. Dang it. I failed. 75. Tough. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you guys saw the roll. Bang. Okay. 77. The chains give a little more. You feel that you could overcome them, if only at a little more time, but as you feel the flesh of your legs char, the fire spreads up your jacket and licks at your face, and you know that you have run out of time. You have burned to death in the beacon. The end. Okay, listen, hear me out. Hear me out. If there was any way for me to go out, a floating shard of ice, it would have to have been on a bonfire, right? That's the only appropriate. It wasn't by the hands of May or Winters or Silas or that weird dude with the hood. We died on our own terms, exactly at the right time, and we tried once, and we missed it, and we died, and that's all right. That's fine. The entire time I kept my wits about me, and I made every logical decision I could. I played that as clean as I could, and I died. And that's kind of how it goes. So, cool. Okay. I kind of get the vibe of Call of Cthulhu. That's neat. I don't know how more in-depth the rules get. I feel like I could just use that. Like what I learned about the character sheet and the role system to like either run this or play it. This seems really fun. And with the right storyteller, this could be really, really spooky, I could tell. But honestly, I enjoyed that. I like how this is like 270 different prompts. That is crazy to me. What a crazy, crazy book. Yeah, if there are more of these one-player stories, all right, and I could do this over and over again and keep trying to do different things. But, you know, I won't. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks to everybody who stayed till the end. I'm seeing a lot of names who stuck around. Thank you specifically, Neutromancer, Carbon Breaker, Sailing Master, and Jason. Yeah, thank you, Thumper, for watching. But poor Wiv has to go to sleep tonight wondering what strange things from beyond the stars warped and twisted the people of Emberhead. I died in a way that I don't have to worry about it. If I dream about burning at a stake, so be it. It's better than a lot of other ways it could have ended. Thank you guys for tuning in. Next week, I don't know what I'm playing yet, but I'll find out soon enough. You'll hear from me soon. Have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful day for people who are from the EU or already experiencing their next day. And good night.